Hey everybody, so this just blew my mind. We know how in Vedic astrology, astrologers utilize the 7 visible planets, which are considered the sun and moon, the 2 luminaries, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mars, right? So they use those 7 planets because they can be seen with the naked eye, right? Well, I just watched this video this morning from this astrologer named Ernst Wilhelm, and he was talking about how Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are actually the forces of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. This blew my mind because it makes sense, and he basically puts it in a way that you really cannot deny that those 3 planets are those forces. He was talking about how they're usually seen as malefics, and he mentioned that that's because they are perfect and because as the incarnations of the Almighty in the 3 different aspects of existence, which are creation, preservation, and destruction, as those perfect aspects, anything that they bring to the astrological table and the chart of your life, it's going to seem hectic because if you're not truly and fully enlightened, then your ego is going to be ripped away in that way. So my mind was blown by this because Brahma being creation, Uranus is creation, right? And you know something interesting too, before I watched this video, I had a little just heart to heart with a spider in the bathroom. And then another spider also, who was next to me while I was sleeping. And spiders in other languages, their root is aranya. So aranya, Uranus, they're the same, right? And spiders throughout mythology have also been considered to be creators of the omniverse. Pretty interesting stuff. And then Vishnu as Neptune, as the preserving force, preserving in a sense of caretaking. Hinduism essentially states that the manifested world is all Vishnu acting as different parts of the eternal self. In that way, Vishnu is the maintainer and the one who does the work and the actions that are needed to keep this thing going that we got here going on, right? When it comes to these 3 outer planets, we have to look at what was going on while they were being discovered. So when Uranus was discovered, the American Revolution, the French Revolution were happening. Freedom, right? Democracy was happening on some level, not on a total level, obviously. But when Neptune was discovered, we had the spiritualist movement, and a whole bunch of yogis from India were traveling to the West, and they were basically spreading that wisdom, that knowledge, right? When Pluto was discovered, the atomic bomb was created and was dropped, right? So when these 3 planets were discovered, that's God telling us, great omnipresent divinity, generator, operator, destroyer, however you want to call God, the spirit that is, right? That's God telling us that those 3 planets, they are representatives of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. That was amazing. I just had such a wonderful morning learning about this, and I'm going to apply it to my Vedic astrology readings myself. But let me know what you all think in the comments below, because I want to hear your opinions and your outlooks on this as well. For me, I really resonate because Neptune particularly in my chart makes a lot of very exact aspects with different planets. And I really resonate with Neptune. On my 30th birthday, Neptune went into Aries on March 30th, on my birthday. And I just always felt that was really potent. And years down the road in life, Neptune is going to be conjunct both my sun and my moon, which are both in Aries. So I'm definitely looking forward to learning more about the craft of astrology and these 3 paths that I have. The first path is the Vedic path, which is those 7 planets, the 7 main planets that we can see in the sky that correspond with the 7 days of the week and also the North Node, South Node, Rahu, Ketu. And then also I am going to include Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto as Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, right? So my second path is more of a Western astrology take, but that includes Ceres and Chiron as well. So there are 13 bodies in that path, and they also correspond, each of them, we count the bodies from the sun going out, and we focus more on the heliocentric chart. In addition to that, we also include Earth. And Earth co-rules Taurus with Venus, and Ceres co-rules Virgo with Mercury, okay? So that is the second path that I have going on. And now the third path is much more galactic and much more broad, where I include different asteroids and also the dwarf planets, and every single sign actually has a visible ruler and an invisible ruler. So those are my three paths, basically. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to how these paths are going to grow with this newfound knowledge that I just discovered this morning, and that makes so much sense to me, really. I am so excited. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Peace.